Until we do something about them, myths will stick with us forever. We hear the truth here and now on Mythbusters. And we start with a phone call. We have Anna on the line. Hello, Anna.
Hi, my name is Anna, and my question is it true that head lice live only in dirty hair?
Anna, there is no link between dirty hair and lice. Lice are just a transmittable disease, meaning that if I have lice in my hair and my personal objects have any contact with, say, Bright's personal objects, then the lice can either spread from me to him or their eggs can spread from me to him. So there's absolutely no link whatsoever. There is actually a link between sharing certain personal objects and head lice. So if you share pillows, combs, towels, headphones, anything that's...
Even hats.
Hats, exactly. And even mats. So we find it a lot in preschool children because they sleep on their mats during nap time and all these things. So that is where the link is, but it's got nothing to do with dirty hair.
Okay.
It is said that happiness is nothing more than good health. This is the Staying Healthy segment. We have a health come now. Let's see who is on it.
The same Bissam say, Sabema or Honor Jones, or now Johnson, Mupai me, a dear Alena, a deba.
Well, Chrissy, let me show you something. This over here is a section of how your bladder and penis looks like. This is what we term the lower part of your urinary tract. Now, you notice this part over here, this is where the urine stays. This is your bladder. And then there is a single tube that actually connects from your bladder all the way down through your penis and then out. So we call this tube your urethra. Now, normally, when you urinate, the urine should just pass through this tube and just come out in one straight line. However, if there is a problem, some kind of a damage along the line of the tube, then it's possible that when the urine comes out, it divides because of that problem. It's possible you may have had some kind of an infection along your urethra. It's termed fibrosis, when it actually heals and it actually forms a very hard fibrous layer. So you get something called fibrosis. In this case, the urine will flow in a straight line until it gets to any point where that occurs, and then it will divide. Now, it's usually at the most distal point, because if it's somewhere in the middle, it will just go around it and come out in a straight line. So if it's closer to the end, you might notice that when you go urinate, it comes out spraying in two different directions. You might remember that you might have seen your doctor and he told you had a urinary tract infection at some point, and that is what might have happened. The thing is that you look out for what we term urinary tract infections. So whenever you notice things like itchy sensations when you want to go urinate, unusual discharges, maybe some pain when you urinate, or even some blood in your urine, or even some difficulty when you're trying to urinate, suddenly it's not like before. It's important that you go see your specialist and let him check your urinary tract. You don't know what you might find.
The following segment contains material of an adult nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sexual health requires a positive and respectful approach to your sexuality. We offer that and more on Sex Talk. Well, Kweku Danso is from Jessica, and this is his story. After sex, I feel my whole body itching. What can be the cause?
Okay, Kweku, you know, sex can sometimes be quite vigorous and expend a lot of energy with a lot of sweat. Now, what happens when you do sweat during sexual activity is that the sweat releases a lot of crystals, or should I say salts, onto your skin. And for some people, this actually irritates the pores of their skin and they begin to scratch. But usually it shouldn't be a problem because as soon as you take a shower, this should actually resolve.
Kweku, I'm wondering, do you feel this itchiness only after sex or after other activities? Because sometimes what happens is that our cells and our body, they need to breathe. And during the breathing, or when we breathe, what happens is that we take in oxygen for them. So it's not that they are actually breathing, but then they are using the oxygen that we have taken in for them. And they use this oxygen to undergo certain activities and all that. But when you are not breathing in enough oxygen, these cells have to undergo what we call anaerobic metabolism. Basically, it just means that they are doing their activities without oxygen. This activity without oxygen produces something we call lactic acid. And lactic acid, when released, causes you to itch. So it may be that probably you're not breathing well when you're having sex or when you're doing any of your other activities like jogging and all that. So we would encourage you that oxygen is important. Make sure that during sex and all your other activities, you make sure that you're taking in enough oxygen.
When we return, we'll get onto our main story.